Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about being relieved, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, of course tell some friends. Make sure you give me that thumbs up like Arthur Fonzarelli. Hey! So, and make sure you guys are following me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, we're talking about being relieved, because you know what we're all about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, help you naturally raise your testosterone and your HGH. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about being relieved, and I feel relieved already. It's a beautiful thing, so go ahead and write that down. At any given time in the day, it's a phrase that can make you feel beautiful at any given time. I'm telling you, so whatever task that you have to take care of, just go into that receptive mode that you already did it. Just go ahead. I feel relieved already, because essentially, no matter what you're doing, whether you're going to the gym, whether you gotta go, whatever errand or whatever type of task that you got to take care of, just go ahead and say, I feel relieved already. So you feel it now, and then as soon as you put that into your vortex, your soul, whenever you feel that energy, essentially you're creating it to be done. And that is the way that we can have some fun. Don't forget, like Moondog says, fun, man. Fun is the gun. All right. Had to hit you with some Matthew McConaughey. I was listening to him on Howard Stern earlier, man, and he was talking about his bongo story, and he likes to be, he's a nudist, like me, he's like, he says, man, he goes, oh man, it's just, everything just feels better being naked. And I'm like, I agree with that 100%. And, that's one of my biggest intentions here, is to get everybody, to feel confident in their own body, because you should feel comfortable in your own skin. It is a win to just feel that, being naked at any given time, and just feeling the most natural, divine you can be, essentially, is without anything on. Because, whether you're meeting somebody with whatever style, you're essentially not getting the whole picture of somebody, because you're getting, okay, this guy dresses like this, so there's always some type of background type of picture that is being painted. But when you're naked, of course, there's always types of flares of hair, and what type of way you do your makeup, or any way that you're doing your body or whatever. There's always your style is always going to be apparent, but it's just more exposed when you're just down to that bare level. And I feel like that's a beautiful thing, and I feel more people should be able to experience that. So that's something that I really intend on you guys to get more confident with, because the more people that are comfortable with their bodies, the better this world's going to be. And I feel that the more that you're loving yourself, the more love will come to you. And that's why I always start with love, man. Like, you got Valentine's Day in the air. Love is always in the air, and it's one of the most important sources of energy that we can always come to. And it doesn't matter, I always got to share my matrix hack every single time. Doesn't matter if you're at the gym. How you doing, Wolf? I hear you, Wolf. You're a good girl. I love you. All right, all right, Wolf. All right, Wolf's making wolves. She's a good girl. I love you. Okay, I love you. I know. All right. So, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're wolfing. I recommend the High Vibe Wolf. That is something that you should definitely, whatever. You know what I'm getting at. But anyways, wherever you're at, if you ever hear somebody on the other line of the phone, you see somebody on the TV, anybody that just comes across your mind, just intend on that person, that soul, they have a beautiful day, feel love in some kind of way, and you go along your day, and you just hacked the matrix. You just made the world a better place. And that's really what it all comes down to today, man. That's, what I always go with. And like I say, before I start the day, man, the sound. Go ahead and take this breath with me. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful, because gratitude is the attitude, man. Whenever you're in that receptive mode, you're in that zone to grow, you're in that you got that energy always coming to you because you're happy to be here. It's putting you in the right state of being. The more that you're grunting, the more that you're winning, and the more that you're just appreciating the moment, the more that, you know, you're alive, man. And that's why it always comes down to, man, you gotta be happy that you got a breath. If you got a breath, you got a shot. A shot at what? Shot of life. And that's a beautiful thing, man. I love to go with that flow. And you know me, just coming back from the gym and just getting over my, you know what, before, you know, I'm going to do something a little different today. I got me, you know, I got my beer with lemon, and, you know, I got to clear it up a little bit. Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, man, I'm not going to sit here choking, you know what I mean? I'm profound. I got the source running through me right now, and I just want to make sure that I'm getting you guys, you know, the proper message. And I gotta be hydrated, man. Holding my accountability. Like I said, coming back from the gym. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And you know, essentially, whenever you're training, when you're in a different state of, you know, being other than 100%, you know, ready to just go ahead and, like I said, pop the clutch and just, you know, drop a gear, and just give it your all like you always do. The point being is always feel beautiful, you know what I mean? Which is why I always say, you know, I feel relieved now. So whenever you say that, you're going to go to the gym, you're going to take care of what you got to do, but it's not about being buried down and being like, you know, I can't do this, I feel like that, and, you know, essentially just burying yourself deeper, because I feel a lot of people just want that pity. And I pity the fool. I had to hit you with a Mr. T. Clubber Lane, you've been ducking me. You've been ducking me, champ. I ain't been ducking nobody. You know what I mean? But regardless, man, what we're going with is, I got Clubber Lane. You know, you don't want to have that pity zone about, you know, about putting yourself in a group that you don't necessarily need to be in. And I know some people, you know, regardless of their you know, situation or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, if something comes up, like, you know, there's no need to make something worse than what it is. And I always feel that old school people, and, you know, people from you know, that type of era, like I was talking the other day, like some Babs type, oh yeah, I'm telling you, that's weather, oh my god, that was, yeah, I mean, I can't even smoke half a pack, and you know what I mean? Like, they're just, like, you're just burying yourself deeper in a hole. It's like, just get better, all right? You don't need to tell everybody about how you feel other than feeling beautiful. And that's what you got to go with, man. You got to just really radiate the energy, radiate the love, because energy is always there to be grabbed. And you know what I'm coming to right now? Got to grab that pump out of the air, naked in a chair, Detroit, Rock City, winter advisory. It's freezing cold, but I'm always sweating, I'm always growing, I'm always flowing, and I'm always here to show you that energy is always there to be grabbed at any given time. You can always be intuitive with the workouts that you do, but the rhyme remains the same. The muscle is the wielder of muscle. Paramahansa Yogananda, the one that wrote the autobiography of a yogi, is the one that says this. Steve Jobs intends on us to read this book. And like Steve Jobs says, man, the ones that believe they're crazy enough to change the world are the ones that do. And for that, I say salute. But like I'm going with this grow, every time that I'm pumping it up, there's always positive mantras you can say along the way. And one that I love to say is, I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. So go ahead and just say that at any given time. And then, of course, the ones to increase the size and make it really just feel huge now. You just say, I'm so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful muscles are growing bigger, harder, stronger, more defined, abundantly. I'm so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful penis is growing bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder, abundantly. And then, of course, whenever you gotta get that last rep out, you scream and you shout, or at least just feel it in your head. You go ahead and say this: I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh yeah, getting lit, getting huge. 2020. Let's go. Let's grow. Let's flow. It's a beautiful thing. And yes, man, I'm telling you, man. Naked in a chair, long hair flowing, skin glowing, body growing, spirit knowing that I'm doing something right. And I gotta drop this bun here and have some fun, because this thing, that's just like, you know, the ultimate, like, that's just instant relief. Like, oh yeah, let your hair down, beautiful thing. You got, and for that, we say salute. Oh yeah, man, I got a beautiful pump today. And like I said, just coming over there, you know, my recovery from whatever it was, you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't let anything put me down and keep me to my knees permanently if you let it. Because you, me, and nobody's going to hit as hard as life. But it's not about how much you can take. It's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how it's done. Yeah. Oh, man, I just had to hit you with a Balboa line real quick. You know what I mean? So I say salute again. Oh, yeah. And you know me, I'm always holding my accountability. And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. That's right, Mr. Larson. I hate with one of those. And that's how I grow, man. Always keeping the positive mantras, the positive saying, anything to keep me smiling. Because like I say, the smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. Whenever you're grinning, you're winning. And whenever you're getting back to that source, that laughter, that light, that is when we're at our best. That's when we're at our natural. And I always feel that no matter who you are, everybody was born with happiness. I mean, you don't really see a child that, you know, like I said, I haven't seen every kid out there, but usually they're always giggling or just being happy for no reason. And I feel like that's inside of every one of us. And when you're at that is like essentially the source of it all, man. Like, cause like I say, whatever created us, like, you know, we all come from, you know, sex or whatever. And like, I feel like that was an exciting moment. And whenever somebody's having sex, that's exciting. So you're coming from excitement. And then even with the new age and the surrogates and whatever, you know what I mean? People are excited to put it together. So that's why I always say you got to be excited to be alive. And that's essentially what we come from. We come from excitement. So that's another reason to just smile today. And I feel like no matter who you are, even the Grinch out there, like at some point he was smiling. And I always feel that we're always tethered to happiness. It just matters how far out you're getting away from it. And some people, you know, that band is just stretching for miles, but it doesn't matter. There's always something that can just snap it back and make you smile, and that's what we're always going with. It doesn't matter, you know, about how far that stretch. All that matters is if you can bring that with you in the moment. And whenever you're doing that, that's when you were at the most connected you can be. And that's why I feel like, you know, making people laugh and making people smile, and just smiling on your own is just going to really put you in the zone. And that is an instant relief in itself. And we're talking about feeling relieved and really helping you grow and manifest the best. It's always that intuitive flow. And you know me, always going with the Wu Wei flow, that Tao practice, path of least resistance. It doesn't matter about the order of things or how you're going to do something. I mean, you can always set your intentions about what you want to get through in the day, but you know, you're just going to go with the flow. And sometimes you're going to find other ways to go with the growth. And you know, like I said, I mean, I'm at the gym. Like, my intention today was to really, you know, get a chest workout. And you know, since I'm coming off, you know, since I've, you know, been recovering from this whatever, and I just feel like, you know what? When I got to the gym, I did my cardio, I did my Groga, and you know, I was able to, you know, hold my planks out, sweat. I got the beautiful session already in. I'm already winning, and you know, I'm ready to go hit chest every day. But I'm like, you know what? I'm like, my energy just didn't feel right for me to want to go ahead and really just, you know, go 100 on the chest. So I'm like, you know what? I want to savor that for another time. And I just kind of just went with what was aligned out there. Like, because the more you do something, the more ideas are going to flow to you. And it was like, all right, I'll do these pullovers. And it's like, I'm still able to get a chest pump. And then I'm like, you know what, let's do some shoulders. And it was just like, you know, I'm doing more isolation movements instead of compounds, because I feel with compounds, you know, like I said, this is, you know, to each their own, but I feel compound movements require more energy to really want to get the pump out. And I feel like when you're in an isolation movement, it's more like, since you're focusing on like your shoulder or whatever, it's more easy to, you know, focus one part at a time than really just having to, you know, do a lot. And I felt, you know, beautiful. I mean, I was able to hit the traps, and I was able to hit parts of my body that, you know, I was like, all right, I'll do my gulu today. I got the booty in. I'm always holding my accountability with the calves and the abs, and I feel like that is one of the most profound things that has really been bringing me incredible results. And, you know, the more you, like, if you're somebody that's, you know, wanting to develop something, I feel like the best way to go and the best way to grow is just train it as much as you can. Train it with the flow. Don't like, obviously, like, there's going to be certain days where, you know, like, if you can't do something, but I mean, to me, I feel that your core, since it's the center of your body, and I feel like calves and legs, and these are body parts that are constantly used. So I feel that you can, you know, they're more obtainable to train daily, and it's easier to get a quick pump in. And I feel like that's something that, you know, could really help you out when you're in a position where it's like, all right, I got to delegate my energy. And that's really what it comes down to when you're training in a state of not being 100%, you know, ready to just, you know, hit the nitrous and just go ahead and blow the tanks, you know what I mean, and have the notch, you know what I mean, I get you some Vin Diesel, Dominic Toretto, you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about that eclipse, just, you know, having that explosion, man. That's what we're going with, and that's the grow and the pump. And, you know, some people, man, there's no wrong way to do this, man. Like I said, there's a 2-way, 3-way, 4-way. So many different ways on the street. People are coming out of the ground. People are just appearing out of nowhere. And that is essentially what's always been going on. So, you know, you find what works for you. There's no wrong way to this. You just listen to your heart, listen to your intuition. And I feel like that's the best way to go. And like I said, man, when you're really, you know, you're intending on, you know, manifesting the body, it obviously, you know, it starts with the mind, which is why I always say, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. You got to be a clear conduit for growth. And like I said, you know, like when you're at the gym, whenever you're at home, wherever you're at in the, you know, in the daytime, you got the size on the mind, and we're talking about naturally raising your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and just really making you the most, you know, the best version that you can be. We're talking about being huge. We're talking about having that huge piece of meat, swinging at the knees, throbbing at the pecs, making you the best. We're talking about growing into the giants we are, man. We're talking about heading the clouds, not worried about the gremlins at your feet. Got that huge piece of meat, throb between the pecs, give it a kiss. How you doing? I ain't snapping at my best friend's house, but I ain't worried about these little clowns. You know what I mean? That's how we're going with, because we're huge, we're up here, we are all love, we're spreading love. And when you're just, you know, when you're just in that giant zone of just being love and just feeling beautiful for being, that is a beautiful thing to just, you know, say. So with that, I'm going to say salute. Oh yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, I feel relieved already. That is the sound of the day. And like I said, man, say that anytime that you got to get through something, man. I don't care what it is, man. Just start to feel good now. And the more that you feel good, the more good will come to you. And that's why I always say, man, you got to start loving yourself more. The more you love you, the more love comes to you. The more love you spread out there, the more love comes back. It's the yin and the yang. So make sure you're loving you, man. You are the start, man. This is where it all comes to, man. So be in that zone. And you're gonna find more people are gonna line up with the way that you talk about yourself. And it's like, I'm observant sometimes, you know, it's just my nature. Sometimes I'll overhear conversations about how certain people talk about themselves, and, you know, and it's just like, you know what, I'm like, it's like a reminder to me, like, the more, like, always talk positive about yourself, even if it's something that you're not thinking, like, you know, is that really negative? Like, no, really listen to yourself. Like, you know, when you're talking about the way that you're training, like, you know, people, like, really listen to what you're saying. If you think that you can never gain something, don't be the one that keeps saying that you can't, because you're the one that's going to manifest what you, whether you think that you can or you can't. So believe in what you are. And I believe in you, and you are beautiful. Because like I say, man, we are all from the stars. We're all magic. We're all divine. The universe is on our side. We can increase our size. Never doubt what you are. And like I said, if you want any hands-on help, man, I'm here to help you with the super edging, the super Kegels, the choking. We're talking about intuitive workouts, cock rings. We got so many different types of ways to manifest, to grow, and all this information is just really just flowing to me. I'm getting profound results, and I'm here to help you become your best version. And it's just like, you know, it's a beautiful way to go with this, man. And I feel like the energy is always out there. The divine is always in here, and the size is always expanding. So if you guys need some help, hit me up. And with that, you know, make sure you guys are following me on my social media. You know, make sure you're checking out my kids, taking care of the neighborhood. My wolf and my bear always there. You got to hear her a little bit today. She's over there snoozing now, but she wants to eat something. I'm hungry myself. Maybe have who knows, maybe a couple slices of pizza. You know how we go. And with that, you know, I intend on you guys to spread some love today, feel some love today. Just do something beautiful, man. Start loving yourself more. Intend on you guys to have some fun and grow, man. And like I said, man, I feel relieved already. So go ahead and feel beautiful, man. Take that breath. You got a shot. You're alive. Everything is beautiful. The universe is on your side. And I'll be seeing you on the next one. Peace.